Illustration number 1. There are three A, B, C, so they are differently calculated. A light bulb is rated 100 watt 220 volt supply. Find the resistance of the bulb. Now see, here rating is given 100 watt 200 volt, means maximum voltage that can be applied to the given bulb is 220 volt, and at that voltage maximum power consumed is 100 watt. Now we have the formula as P is equal to V square upon R. Now very easy to calculate. Instead of V, just we have to place the value 220 volt. Okay, power is given 100 watt. Place them and get the answer of resistance. Okay. Now second part, a light bulb is rated 100 watt for 220 volt supply. Find the peak voltage of the source. Now see, peak voltage we want to find, and whenever this kind of sum is given, here the value we have to consider is Vrms. This value is Vrms. So Vm upon root 2 is the equation of Vrms. Now Vm you can easily find. Just we have to multiply this Vrms by with the root 2. Okay, so you will get that answer. Okay. Now a light bulb is rated 100 watt for 220 volt supply. Find the RMS current. Okay. Now as you know, P is equal to Vrms Irms cos phi, and if you have a purely resistive circuit, then phi is equal to 0. Okay, so cos 0 is 1, so P is equal to Vrms into Irms. So Irms is P upon Vrms, and we can easily calculate power is 100 watt and the voltage is given Vrms 220 volt. Then the answer of current Irms is 0.4545 ampere. Okay. Now second, a pure inductor of 25 millihenry is connected to a source of 220 volt. Find the inductive reactance and RMS current in the circuit if the frequency of the source is 50 Hz. Very easy. Okay. See, XL is omega L. Omega means 2 pi F. So 2 pi F into L, it becomes, instead of F you can write nu. So it can be 2 pi nu L, that can be XL. Okay. So now values are there. 2 into 3.14, 50 Hz is the frequency. Inductance is 25 millihenry, means 10 raised to minus 3. Then you get 7.85. Now Vrms, Vrms we want to find. Okay. Rather we want to calculate the current. Okay. So Vrms is equal to Irms into XL. So just we have to make Irms as subject of formula. Vrms is there 220, and XL we have just now calculated 7.85. Just we have to place and get the answer. Okay. Okay, now 15 microfarad capacitor is connected to 220 volt 50 Hz source. Now whenever this kind of voltages are given, then these voltages are Vrms. Okay, you just remember that voltage which is given, that is always Vrms. 50 Hz is the frequency. Find the capacitive reactance. Okay, then if frequency is doubled, what happened to the capacitive reactance and the current? Now see, it's very easy. Again, Xc is equal to 1 upon omega C and 1 upon 2 pi nu into C. Just we have to place the value, okay, and get the answer. Nu is 50 Hz, capacitance is 15 microfarad, so we have to convert 10 raised to minus C. You have to multiply. Then Irms you can easily find Vrms upon Xc, so that is 1.0363. Okay, we want to, if you calculate Im, then Im is under root 2 into Irms, because Im, that is maximum current. If you want to calculate, then Irms, as you know, it is maximum current divided by root 2. Okay, so Im can be Irms multiplied by root 2. You can calculate it easily. Okay, now Here current through the capacitor oscillates from positive 1.465 to negative 1.465. Okay, keeping itself ahead of voltage by pi by 2. Okay, after the frequency is made doubled, if you make the frequency doubled, then this XC will become half and IRMS would also become an IRMS, as it is IRMS is VRMS upon XC. So if XC is made half, then IRMS will become double, because if XC is becoming half, then IRMS is going to become double. Okay. Now 7.6, three different parts it is calculated. A resistor of 200 ohm and capacitance of 15 microfarad, okay, are connected in series. So there is a resistor and a capacitor in series with the AC circuit. Okay, so it is a RC circuit. Okay, and the voltage VRMS 220 volt 50 hertz is the frequency. Okay, calculate the current. Now see, first of all we talk about impedance, and impedance is nothing but, as you know, it is R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Now there is no inductance, so this part vanishes, so you will have R square plus XC square only. Okay, you will have R square plus XC square only. Okay, now that impedance will become under root of R square plus XC square. Now XC, as you know, it is 1 upon 2 pi nu into C. So that value if you substitute here, then this equation you will get, that is R square plus 1 upon 4 pi square F square C square. Okay, that is the impedance. That is the impedance. Okay, so impedance will become Z is equal to R square plus 1 upon 4 pi square nu square C square. Okay. Now IRMS is VRMS upon Z. So that value is substituted. If all the values which are given, if you substitute and simplify properly, okay, you can calculate 1 upon 2 pi nu C as XC first of all separately, and that value you directly substitute here, so the calculation will become easy. Okay, so if you put everything together and simplify, there may be chance of an error. So you just first calculate XC somewhere separately, then put the value, and you can simplify it easily, and you get the answer of IRMS to be 0.755 ampere. Now same example, the resistor of 200 ohm, capacitance 15 microfarad are connected in series, 220 volt 50 hertz. Okay, calculate the voltage RMS. RMS voltage we want to calculate across resistor and capacitor. Okay, is the algebraic sum of these voltages more than the source voltage? If yes, okay. Now see, VRMS is IRMS into R, so you will get 151 volt, very easy. IRMS into XC will give you voltage across capacitor, all the values just you have to substitute. Okay, now VR and VC are not in same phase, hence we cannot make their algebraic sum to get the resultant voltage, because they are not in phase. Voltage across capacitor is 90 degree rather behind the current. Okay, so there is a phase difference of pi by 2 between voltage across resistor and voltage across capacitor. Okay, so both are at 90 degree. Okay, or rather the phase difference between them is 90 degree. So one phasor of voltage across resistor, one phasor of voltage across capacitor, and both the values are with us. Capacitor we have voltage 160.3 and the voltage across resistor is 151 volt. Okay, 151 volt. So now resultant voltage can be under root of, because they are at 90 degree. So Pythagoras theorem you can apply VR square plus VC square. Place the values and obtain the resultant value, which is nothing but same as that of the source volt, that is 220 volt. Okay. Now very important 7.8, in that there are 4 different questions, differently they are solved here. Okay. Now here say sinusoidal voltage of peak value. Now peak value means it's a maximum value. Okay. It is 283 volt and frequency 50 hertz. Applied to the LCR circuit, all the components are present. Resistance 3 ohm, inductance 25.48 millihenry, capacitance is 796 microfarad. Find the impedance of the circuit. Now very easy. All the 3 components are there. So we write R square plus XC minus XL the whole square. Okay, this way, or in some textbook it is written as R square plus XL minus XC the whole square, because square and there is a difference and then it is square. So it is not going to make any difference if you just change the order. But according to textbook we have to follow just these values are given in our textbook. Now see, first omega L is calculated very easy. 2 pi FL values are there. 2 into pi 3.14, frequency 50 hertz is given, and L is also given. Simplified will give you 8 ohm. Then 1 upon omega C gives you XC. So XC is nothing but 1 upon 2 pi FC. Just simplify and get the answer. Okay, 4 ohm. Resistance is already given, so this value of impedance can be obtained. Okay, it is 5 ohm. Okay. Now second part, same example. 283 is the peak value, 50 hertz is the frequency. Okay, 3 ohm and all these values are with us. We want to calculate, okay, phase difference between the voltage and the current. Okay, find the phase difference between the voltage across the source and the current. Tan phi is XL minus XC upon R. Just we place the values, look into the natural tangent table, and you will get around about phi to be 53. If you write in decimal point, then 53.6 degree about. Sorry, 53.1 degree. Okay, 53.1 degree you will get, because 53 degree 8 minute is approximately 53.1 degree in decimal. Okay, or we can say, if you just look into the table, then it will be around about 53 degree 6 minutes. 6 minute means 0.1 degree. Okay, so voltage leads ahead of current by 53 degree 8 minute. Okay, very easy calculation. Now same example, we want to calculate the find average power dissipated in the circuit, or find power dissipated in the circuit. Power is dissipated across R, so I square RMS into R. Now I RMS is V RMS upon modulus of Z. Now V RMS is nothing but Vm by root 2. So instead of V RMS it is written Vm upon root 2 divided by the impedance and then square of it. So this becomes Vm square, okay, upon under root 2 square will give you 2, and the square of this impedance. Okay, so this bracket I have simplified as Vm square. Okay, this bracket only I have simplified. Okay, that is Vm square by 2 into Z square, and then we have to multiply it by R. So this equation you will get, that is Vm square R upon 2 into square of Z. Place the values and just get the answer. Vm is 283, resistance is 2 ohm, then 5 ohm is the impedance. So you will get the power to be 4805 watt. Okay. Now we have power to be 4805 watt. Now current you can find IRMS. Okay, that is IRMS is Vrms upon Z. So you can easily calculate Vm by root 2 as Vrms divided by Z. So it becomes Vm by root 2 into Z. Replace the values and you will get the current to be 40.028, and power can be I square R, and it can be 4800 watt. Okay. So by any method you can calculate the power. You can calculate power as I square RMS R, I square RMS square, rather I square RMS, okay, into R. That way you can find, or you can find it a different way. Okay, this way also it can be found. First calculate the current IRMS separately and then place the value. The answers approximately are same only. Okay. Now the last part of this, okay, we have to find out the phi. Phi we want to calculate. Phi means, now we want to calculate the power factor. Power factor is cos phi. Okay, power factor is cos phi. Now see, cos phi is to be calculated. It can be done easily. Okay, cos phi, as you know, it is nothing but resistance upon the impedance. Cos phi is resistance upon impedance. Both the values are there. Resistance is, we have 3 ohm, and impedance we found as 5. So it can be easily calculated 0.6. Okay, so power factor cos phi is 0.6. If you want to just show it in a triangular way, then also it can be shown. Okay, but not necessary as such. Okay, because you can easily calculate from the data given. Okay. Now 7.9, suppose the frequency of the source in the previous example can be varied. What is the frequency of the source? Okay, where resonance occur. Now resonant frequency, as you know, as such we have the formula of angular resonant frequency 1 upon under root LC. So 2 pi nu 0 is equal to 1 upon under root LC. So nu 0, that is resonant frequency, can be 1 upon 2 pi under root L into C. So just we have to place the values and resonant frequency can be obtained. Okay. Now suppose the frequency of the source is varied. Okay, calculate the impedance of the current and the power dissipated at the resonant condition. Now the condition is given resonant condition. Now whenever resonance occurs, as you know, it is XL minus XC will become 0, because XL will be equal to XC. For the resonance, this is the condition, XC is equal to XL. So 1 upon omega C is equal to omega L. So omega square is equal to 1 upon LC. So omega is equal to 1 upon LC. Omega is equal to 1 upon under root LC. This is the formula, and if it is resonant frequency, then we write omega 0. So at resonance, this XL minus XC becomes 0. So impedance will be under root of R square. As you know, it is XL minus XC the whole square. Now this part becomes 0, so Z will become resistance R. Okay, so at that time power is I square RMS into R only, and we have to just write V RMS upon modulus of Z as IRMS. Okay, instead of Z, as we understood this, okay, Z is equal to R. So we place the value of Z as R here and simplify, then we will get V square RMS upon R square, V square RMS upon R square into R. One R will be cancelled out, so we will have V RMS upon V square RMS upon R and V square RMS is nothing but Vm by root 2. So Vm by root 2 whole square upon R it becomes. Okay, so we will have Vm square upon 2R, and if you place the value, it is very easy to calculate. Okay, instead of Vrms we have written Vm by root 2 the whole square divided by R, and if you simplify then you will get this. Okay, Vm square upon 2R, and place the value, you will get the answer of power. This power is the maximum power fetched by the circuit from the source, and the same is wasted in the form of heat in the resistance. Okay. Now 11th one, show that in the free oscillations of LC circuit, the sum of energy stored in the capacitor and the inductor is constant in time. Okay, now see, suppose at time t capacitor with charge Q0, so total charge is with the capacitor. Okay, it is connected to the inductor without any magnetic field inside. First of all, the inductor is not having any magnetic field and the circuit is made closed. Now capacitor start getting discharge through the inductor, and if charge on the capacitor is Q at any time t, which is given by this formula, as you know, we have discussed this, Q0 cos omega t. Angular frequency of oscillation is, just now we have discussed, it is omega is equal to 1 upon under root LC. Now energy stored is given by this formula 1 q square upon 2c. Okay, so it is written here. So instead of q we have written q0 square cos square omega t upon c. Now current if you want to find, then we have to just take the differentiation of this equation. Okay, that of the what you call it, charge. Okay, the dq by dt is nothing but the current. So instead of q we shall write q0 cos omega t, and if you take differentiation, then cos will have minus sin omega t, and omega is multiple of t, so we just have to multiply by omega. So it becomes minus q0 omega sin omega t as the current. Okay, at any time t. Now energy in the magnetic field is 1 half Li square. Just we have to put this value of current I in this I. Okay, just we have to place this value of current which we got instead of this I. So we get the energy stored in magnetic field. Okay, now it is 1 by 2 LQ0 square omega square sin square omega t, and as you know that resonant frequency omega is 1 upon under root LC, and if you place this value here instead of this omega, okay, then it becomes 1 upon LC, and if you simplify, this L will be cancelled out, and you will get 1 by 2 q0 square upon c sin square omega t. Okay, now if you add these two energies associated with electric field that is inside the capacitor, okay, this energy which we got, okay, and energy associated with the magnetic field, okay, that we got just now, that is 1 by 2 q0 square upon c sin square omega t. Then this cos square omega t plus sin square omega t becomes, and that comes in the bracket, and this part becomes common, 1 by 2 q0 square upon c, and this is nothing but 1 cos square theta plus sin square theta. So ue plus ub, total energy which we got is 1 by 2 q0 square c, which is nothing but the initial energy associated with the capacitor when the capacitor was charged and no inductor was connected. So total energy remains constant at any time. Okay.